I want to know, P. Game 4, y'all came out there balling.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all had some life in y'all. Y'all look good. You look good.
Mm-hmm.
You look good. You look good. But can you tell me what happened in game 5 and 6 that they said, I'm going to go out here and challenge these boys a little bit different because in game 4, they got us. So game 5 and 6, what do you think they did different, man, to whoop y'all ass the way they did?
I don't think they necessarily did anything different. I think the difference is we relied on too much isolation basketball. And when you don't make shots, like, you don't have a chance in hell to win. And I think we relied on too much isolation, which their whole game plan was to load up and force someone else to make plays and force other people to shoot. So they were sending multiple defenders. They were plugging. They were, forcing, kind of like, shutting the lane off by coming over and fake doubles, sending doubles. Like, I think they were mixing a lot of coverage up, which was making it hard to catch a rhythm. Whereas game 4 and our win in game 1, we played a lot faster. It was a quick pace. That's like how you got to be. The best teams right now and the teams that are still playing right now are young. And their youth, they play fast. They're quick pace. They're getting in offense quick. It's a lot tougher to guard that.
Right.
You can still play isolation through that, but it's tougher to load up when you're in transition, when, the ball is moved from one side to another. I think we just failed to do that. We relied on too much isolation. Like I said, it's tough when you're not making shots to beat a team. We just made it easy for them to, kind of just take over at that point.
What do you think you guys should have done?
We should have played a lot quicker. We should have tried to get in transition more. We should have, after rebounds, tried to get out and run the lanes. And we should have played on the second side, forced the ball to reverse a couple times where we could attack with our ISO players. But I thought we came down and rightfully so, it happens.
Right,
you try to play hero ball, you try to make the big plays, you try to be, the scorer and be dominant. But you fail to realize sometimes you got to take what the defense gives you, and it might not be your night, or it might be your night later in the game, opposed to like trying to will it to be your night. And I think we got in trouble with that.
What do you mean by the second side?
The ball being reversed, starts on one side.
Okay.
Reversal.
So you didn't play enough on the second side.
We didn't play enough on the second side.
Gotcha.
We like I said, the toughest thing is playing against a set defense. And a lot of times I think that's what we were doing, playing against a team that was set and trying to beat, our man. And there's 4 other defenders just watching, waiting for us to get off the ball and get rid of the ball. But, we were trying to score.
Yeah, it looked like that was the game plan. And I'm sure that's tough because obviously if you've played basketball, you can't move as fast as the ball, and ball movement is important. But it just looked like that the game plan was to, get Luka on a screen. And, the difficult part is that it worked out great in game 4.
Right.
That strategy worked in that game. But I get what you're saying when they're stacking up that help side and you get a step on them and everyone's at a corner or an elbow and you're not hitting shots. Oh, that's
it's a long game. It's a long game.
It's like the church league. So P, I know you talked about what the team could have done differently, and I know hindsight is always 20/20, but what do you feel you could have done individually different in that series against the Mavs?
The one thing I should have done better is just been a little bit more efficient. And like I said, taking it for what it was. Their plan was to get the ball out of my hands and show extra bodies, which, in game 3, I thought I made the adjustment going into game 4 to be more aggressive to score. Then as I got going and started scoring game 5, the adjustment was to try to wear me down, show extra bodies, force the ball out of my hands. They were packing the paint. And I should have made the adjustment of or I should have saw that earlier and been like, okay, well, this is all right. Well, let me just bait them, and free up shots for teammates. And when you have a rough game, you don't play well, your natural follow-up to that is be more aggressive, which I was playing right into their hands at that point. You know what I mean? They already was going to be to get the ball out of his hands, do this, do that. So I'm like, game 6, like, I got to be more aggressive to score, which wasn't the answer. So, I mean, hindsight, you think about those things. But, you know, it's a game. It's the reason why it's a game. You play the game to win, and sometimes you're on the opposite end of it.
Get in on the playoff action and win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks as you and the world's best players take the game to a new level during basketball's postseason.
You can now win up to 100 times your money on PrizePicks with as little as 4 correct picks, y'all. That's all it takes. You can turn $10 into $1,000 with basketball, hockey, and baseball entries today on PrizePicks, America's #1 fantasy sports app. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds on PrizePicks.
Download the app today and use code PODCASTP for a first deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.